Linking on my brain.
Just how did the Grammy Award-winning rapper, songwriter, and producer we know as Mr. Kanye West become a billionaire? And I know what you're thinking, man, he sold that many albums? Although he has sold over 21 million albums, that is not where his fortune comes from. What if I told you a large part of his fortune is thanks to that man standing on Kanye's right, Mr. Casper Rorsted, Chief Executive Officer of Adidas. In fact, it should be no surprise Mr. West is where he is today. Kanye told us this would happen back in 2013, but everyone said he was crazy and he was a lunatic.
Look at an interview from me from 10 years ago. Everybody says, I love that interview. People didn't love it back then, though. I'm 10 years
this
ahead
is 2020,
mentally,
he was right.
and I'm trapped in today's time.
Guess he isn't so crazy after all, huh? This is the story of one man's beliefs in himself turning into a reality. Kanye's love for fashion started back when he was just 5 years old. He talks about always getting in trouble for sitting in the back of the class drawing Air Jordans on his notebooks and not paying attention. Here, Kanye also recalls a moment going shopping with his mother when he was just 5 years old.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it since age 5. My mama brought me to a discount first spot, and when she asked me what I like, everything I like was too expensive for us. That's 5 years old.
Fast forward to 2004 when Kanye dropped his first studio album titled The College Dropout, which is largely accepted as some of his best work still to this day.
This I'm putting a single on. I'm gonna get Tracy Spencer to do it.
The large success of this album gave Kanye a name to stand on and at least give himself a chance into the fashion world in which he always dreamed of.
And the Grammy goes to the college dropout, Kanye West.
Although Kanye was still new in the game, he did not let that deter him from chasing his dreams. He was actually able to leverage his way into a meeting with Adidas, which eventually fell through due to Ye having at the time what they would deem as too big of demands for a new artist. Although they did not strike a deal, this did not end their relationship with Adidas. They still sent Kanye free sneakers just to keep the relationship open in case they wanted to work in the future. Who would have thought? This brought us Ye's first shoe. It is actually a Rod Lover sample. The shoe features, of course, the graduation dropout bear on the tongue, also on the rear midsole. Also thanks to his newfound fame and success, Nike wanted to start working with Kanye. Nike gave Kanye an exclusive colorway of the Nike Air Max 180 to celebrate his success on his recent album. This is a shoe many people don't even know exists. The shoe had a black base with vibrant colors and leopard heels, and of course, the signature college dropout bear. Unfortunately, this is another shoe that didn't make it to stores. There were only a few pairs made in the world. Kanye in the following years went on to collab on a few more sneakers with Nike, including the Nike Air Huarache 2008 and even the Air Jordan 6 before having his own Nike Air Yeezy, which we will discuss in a few. As Kanye got older and more famous, his sense for fashion only grew. From the man with the pink polos and Louis Vuitton backpacks, to the mullet with designer suits, to shutter shades, to people even calling him gay by the way he dressed.
Hey, my name is Jay, and every time I dressed in pink, they try to say it was gay. And then I wore tight jeans and everybody wanna do it. Real shit here and I'ma prove it. I'm the only one like Nike that just do it. Everybody else scared to just be they self, so they dress up in the mirror like somebody else.
In 2009, one of Kanye West's biggest dreams finally came true. Nike gave him his own signature shoe titled the Nike Air Yeezy 1. This shoe literally sent shockwaves through the sneaker culture. The exclusivity, along with being attached to Kanye's name, was enough to bring the shoe's resale value to thousands. Even to this day, you still cannot find a pair of Nike Air Yeezy 1s for under a couple $1,000s. Well, authentic that is. The shoe released in multiple colorways throughout that year, and every time drew large crowds, camped out 3 to 4 days in advance.
I've been here since 1. Today is, shoot, what is today?
How long you got to wait?
It's about 26 hours maybe.
One of the hottest shoes on the planet right about now.
Being the first entertainer to really have its own shoe on the whole Nike thing. I mean, like if you do your homework with the Nike.
I don't know, I couldn't get no sleep last night because of it. It's like, I didn't know what to expect.
This same year, Kanye also announced his clothing line titled Pastel that he had been working on and announcing for the last couple of years will no longer be happening. However, Mr. West did not let this deter him. This whole year, 2009 that is, was dedicated to learning the fashion industry. That same year, Kanye interned at Gap. Yes, Gap. You heard that correctly. In fact, one coworker said he works all the time, stays until 12 a.m. learning the fashion industry inside out. He also interned at Fendi with his longtime friend Virgil. Just as a normal person, Kanye only got paid $500 a month and was sent on daily coffee runs. Another one of Kanye's dreams were going to come true that year. The self-proclaimed Louis Vuitton Don was finally about to live up to his name.
I know. I've been called the Louis Vuitton Don. I've been called a lot of names. Mostly the Don, the Louis Vuitton Don. Changed my name to Martin Louis the King. In the building, swagger on 100,000 trillion.
Louis Vuitton collaborated with Kanye on 3 different models: the Jasper, which is named after his stylist, the Don, which is named after himself, and lastly, the Mr. Hudson, which is named after the artist he signed in 2009. Fast forward to 2012, seeing the success of the Nike Air Yeezy 1, Nike gave Kanye another sneaker. This will be titled the Nike Air Yeezy 2, and this is where things start to get rough for Kanye and Nike.
A slap in my face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they let me design, it's like, yeah, they did me a favor by letting me design, but they let other people design. They let Pharrell design. They let Eminem design. I just designed the Yeezys. I turned up where they didn't think I could turn up that far, and they tried to hold it back.
After so much success on his sneaker releases, Kanye could not understand why Nike would not let him release more shoes and expand his brand to clothing.
I'm giving examples of work that I did that was really successful, and I'm just getting completely just shut down. But not just by, the company we talked about last time, but every single company you could imagine is just like, no, you are a celebrity. You are not allowed to create. You're not allowed to think. You're not allowed to have an opinion. You're just here to wear a red leather jacket and shut up. Anyone that's creative understands that there's no amount of money that can be given to them to make them not want to or have to create.
Yeah. There's no checkout.
There's no checkout.
Over the course of the next couple of years, from 2012 to 2014, Nike released 3 different Nike Air Yeezy 2 colorways, and each time sold out within seconds and caused more havoc with each release, fetching numbers up to $5,000 for a pair to this day. Kanye just wanted creative freedom as well as financial security, which Nike would not allow, which of course eventually led to the breakup.
He designed 2 shoes over 5 years, and I'm happy I could design them, but they ain't do me no favor because Eminem designed a shoe, and Pharrell designed a shoe. You ain't never felt about about a shoe since the Jordans the way people feel about the Yeezys. I said, I need some type of royalty. We can't give you a royalty because you're not a professional athlete. I go to the garden and play 1 on no one.
Kanye simply knew his worth. He knew the influence and power he had over the industry. Everything he had came out with in a matter of years within fashion has sold out in a matter of seconds and over 1,000% markups on the resale market.
I put in the 10,000 hours. I've got a very particular, specific take on men's footwear. No one can say I cannot design or understand how to design a guy's sneaker. Picture this, for me to do the Yeezys and not have a joint venture backing deal with Nike the next day would have been like if I made Jesus Walks and was never allowed to make an album. If Drake made his first mixtape and was never allowed to be signed. if 2 Chainz only had 116? And then people say, why are you mad? Do you know how many 16s 2 Chainz had in him? He did 100 features in 1 year. 100!
Yeah.
He would not be boxed in, and that is why he made the move to sign with Adidas. At that time, Adidas really needed a boost in sales. They were far behind Nike and even selling less to American sports than Under Armour. Mr. West's Adidas deal brought him to an unheard of number, 15% royalties, and still maintained 100% of his Yeezy brand, which makes Michael Jordan 5% royalty stake at Nike, basically chump change.
So I made the decision, and I left, and I went with someone that would allow me to build something. You know, I can call the CEO of Adidas directly. I have his cell phone. Mark Parker wouldn't get on the phone with me.
In 2015, Kanye put together his first fashion show in collaboration with Adidas. It featured upcoming clothes and footwear to come in the Yeezy line. From that point on, it's been only up for Kanye and Adidas. Adidas has allowed him to release product very often and sneakers in increased quantity than before. In 2020, he is now up to his 8th Yeezy season. Adidas has allowed Kanye to fully pursue his dreams and let a creator create. You may notice a lot of his clothes have no markings. A lot of people joke and say Kanye's clothes look quote unquote homeless, but Ye also has a reason for that.
In the simulation, we want our BMW. We want our house that we want to pay all our money for the house. We want to buy this dress for our wife. We want to do this. We want to get our kids in school. We want this, this championship trophy. We want this jewelry. We want all these different things. Like, it's me. Like, people be calling me like homeless all the time, but like, this is my confidence where I don't wear branding like that and put words and but like also I'm Ye too. So I can, but everyone, like, they have to have that confidence. Like, when I see branding, I see insecurity. I see people buying, buying security, buying it back through a brand, protection, a badge. Don't mess with me in high school, I got Suprema,
You may now ask, what's next for Kanye? He has his $1 billion business, right? That's all he wanted. Wrong. The story is far from over for Kanye. He has repeatedly told us over the years he is a creator and he wants to design more than just fashion.
I'll be working on home designs and looking at references from 3,000 years ago.
That it means I want to do product. I am a product person, not just clothing, but water bottle design, architecture, everything, that you could, think about.
At this point, I can say you will be a fool to believe otherwise. In fact, he has already started his own quote-unquote Yeezy campus. He owns over 6,000 acres in Wyoming where he plans to start experimenting with architecture.
Of coming to a ranch.
I was looking for a spot to start the Yeezy campus, and we needed thousands of acres. So this is the first property we looked at. By the time we were about to leave the ranch, I fell in love with it, and I bought it. And now we're here.
What is your vision? What all is happening here now, and how will it unfold?
This will be one of the Yeezy campuses. And the Yeezy campus will have the work that our architectural team has been working on with James Terrell and Claudio Silvestri to create spaces that allow humans to maximize our potential, to take us out of the box. And literally and figuratively, we live in boxes. We leave the womb when we're born and get put directly into the tomb. We get put directly into our first square space.
And that is the story of how one man's beliefs in himself and hard work made him a billionaire. I am excited to see what Kanye has in store. After all, like he said before, his name is Kanye West. He has did everything he said he will do and more. You've seen his execution and what he's done so far, so don't doubt it.
I always felt like I could do anything. That's the main thing people are controlled by. Thoughts, their perception of themselves. They're slowed down by their perception of themselves. If you're taught you can't do anything, you won't do anything. I was taught I could do everything. And I'm Kanye West at age 36. So just watch the next 10 years.
So you made it to the end of the video. I appreciate it. I appreciate if you drop a like or dislike if you didn't like it. Either or is fine. But I promise you, I know that, hold on. I know that I know you didn't know all that information in that video. So yeah, just drop a like, comment, so share that with your friends, share that with some Kanye fans. Click the little button down there, share, copy the link, put it to the Twitter, the Instagram, and all that. This video took a minute. I've been probably working on this for like a week. Slicing them clips, all that ain't no joke. So I appreciate if you share. Like, check out some more videos too while you're here. Go click down there. Appreciate it. It's your boy, MrJenk. I'm